Hi everybody, it's Kira here at Unfurl, and today's video is how can we give comfort to ourselves if unconsciously we see ourselves as weak? So it's quite a big question, but it is something that I'm familiar with and I am seeing in the therapy room. And sometimes we don't even know that we see ourselves as weak, or that deep down we believe that we're very weak and needy. And we may be unaware that we feel that way about ourselves, but a little clue that it is what we feel about ourselves is when we come across somebody else, most specifically a romantic partner, and we see any signs of vulnerability in them, and it gives us the ick. Ugh, needy, ugh, weak and needy, ugh. So I would have been very familiar with that in the past, and I had absolutely no idea that it was because I saw my own needs as repulsive and disgusting. To need reassurance, to need comfort, to need security, I would have completely pushed those out of my awareness. So I couldn't really tolerate in another person what I was unable to tolerate within myself. And as I work with clients, I realize that, life is tough. And there's not always somebody around to give us the warmth that we need when we're going through something very difficult. The person who needs to be there for us is us. But what we'll find is we try to get away from our feelings. We're so used to ignoring our needs for comfort or reassurance or any of those more vulnerable feelings that our instinct is just to get away from them, distract ourselves, maybe go and do a punishing workout at the gym because that'll snap me out of it. Whereas really what this part of us is asking for is, I feel really awful right now, be with me. Bring me comfort in my discomfort. So we're not saying change the feeling. We're saying be with the feeling. Bring warmth to the feeling. So how that might look is we have an awful feeling hanging over us. We mightn't even know what it is. It just feels awful in our bodies. And if you were to get a hot water bottle, I know, it's crazy, right? But a hot water bottle, and you hold it to your chest or you hold it to your stomach, it doesn't make that feeling go away, but your body is registering this warmth at the same time. You're bringing comfort to yourself in your discomfort. So that's how one way it might look, or another way that I have discovered for me, which is sometimes I just need to get into bed. Like sometimes the feelings are just so horrible. I can't say what it is. I don't know what it is, but I can't shake it off. It's not going anywhere. And it's very hard to interact with people or be out in the world when I'm carrying this. So I'll just get into bed. And I have this awareness of the softness of my duvet around me, the softness of my bed. So I'm lying there and I'm feeling all blah. And yet I still register the warm embrace of my soft bed. So that would be how it looks to bring comfort to ourselves in our discomfort. But if we secretly believe our needs are wrong and bad and view ourselves as weak, we won't treat ourselves that way. Our natural instinct will not be to give us comfort. And the reason we won't think of giving ourselves comfort in our distress is because that wasn't modeled to us when we were young. When we needed comfort as infants and as a young child, our caregivers would have been either too busy or, if you were a sensitive child particularly and you felt life very strongly and lots of things upset you and maybe you cried quite a lot because you felt it all so deeply. Crying again. Oh my God, you're always crying. Go away. I haven't got time for that. So we might have been completely dismissed We might have been humiliated, belittled, and we would pick up the message that our feelings, our need for reassurance is a nuisance, is disgusting, is repulsive. And we internalize that. We learn, oh, this is how we meet vulnerability, with disgust, with repulsion, with annoyance. And then as adults, that's how we treat our own needs for warmth, connection, reassurance. We treat ourselves like that without even knowing it. Rather than turning towards our feelings to comfort and be with and allow, we want to get away from them. Oh, I hate feeling like this. This is so annoying. I've been feeling like this for a few days now. Oh, I just want to get over it. I'm going to go over here and go out with my friends and drink loads of alcohol, or I'm going to go on a TV binge and watch loads of crap, or whatever it is. Like, it's no judgments around how you choose to get away from it. But what I'm pointing out is our instinct is just to get away from those annoying feelings. So be aware, somewhere along the line, that model has been presented to you. Your feelings of vulnerability, your need for care and reassurance is annoying, it's too much, it's weak, it's disgusting. And so we would do anything to avoid that in ourselves. But guess what? The big feelings keep coming up. I still feel overwhelmed by life, or I still feel like I'm sad or angry or whatever it is. The big feelings keep coming. But if we have no feeling or sense that we deserve to be comforted in this state, we won't think to do it for ourselves. And we certainly won't let anybody else do it for us. We will do anything to avoid letting them see those vulnerable feelings, because we remember what happened back then. Back when we were kids, people were disgusted. They didn't want to look at me. They walked away. I'm not going to risk that in my relationship. I'm going to keep my needs to myself. And if I can find a partner who keeps his needs to himself or her needs to herself, so much the better. All unconscious. And then if somebody does show their humanness, their vulnerability, their needs for care and connection, disgusting, get away. So if you have any inkling that you view other people as a bit ick when they show that, take that as a clue. There's a part of you that has needs, really, really vulnerable, deep yearning for comfort in your distress, and is worthy of comfort and connection in times of distress. So you'll find your way, but if a hot water bottle sounds like it might help, try it. I mean, it's weird. It doesn't take the anger or the pain or the sadness or heartbreak, whatever. It doesn't take it away, but it's weird that there's awareness of this warm comfort at the same time as distress. It's to allow both things at the same time. It's so soothing, and it rewires that part of us that thinks, I don't deserve love and care in my vulnerability, in my neediness. It says you're worth it. All right. Bye for now.